What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Hopefully you're having an amazing day. Do not forget tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the live show. That's right. On the other channel, Rip Bullwinkle, that's the name. If you don't know about it, you should know. Almost 73,000 subs over there. Ripple Bullwinkle, look it up, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are breaking down the entire market and what is actually going on out there. Now look, Ripple CEO, you probably know him, Brad Garlinghouse. He just dropped the biggest XRP bombshell we've ever seen. And it's going completely under the radar because people are worried about the damn price. You remember how every major shift in crypto history looked obvious in hindsight? Like when everyone ignored Bitcoin at 3K or when Ethereum was dead tech? Guess what? We're there again. But this time it's not Bitcoin leading the charge, it's XRP. The signs are everywhere, hidden in plain sight. From the acquisitions Ripple's been making to what was just said at Swell, it all points to one thing: a global system being built right under our noses with XRP dead center. And I'm going to prove it to you. Chart by chart, headline by headline, and statement by statement. Without further ado, let's get into it. Bitcoin, $102,151. It's currently down about 2%. ETH coming in at 3,326. It's down a little over 5%. And XRP still holding down at number 4 spot, down 1.72%, coming in at $2.23. Total cryptocurrency market cap sitting at $3.45 trillion as your fear and greed index is sitting around 827 for fear. Now, here's your current XRP chart, folks. But before we look into that, let's talk about what we have coming. Let's talk about the narratives, the ETFs, the institutional money. Let's talk about everything that is going down at Swell. And then let's look at this chart. You see the reversal tag? October 11th, it reversed back up. That's okay, right? Because we're seeing the same exact candles print right here. We tagged this reversal zone at the bottom. You want to call it a market dump? Okay, I agree. But you want to know what happens when we are at these times? That's when the smart money starts to scale in. Look, XRP at $2.24, it's absolutely disgusting. I agree with you. I'm not saying that this is a proud moment for XRP holders 8 years later and we're $2.24. What I am telling you is that I know it is worth a lot more than $2.24. So I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here another 4 years, 6 years. I'll be here until my retirement if I have to be. This thing is worth more than it shows on paper, everyone. And if you've been waiting for the right time to structure your crypto properly, well, I think this is it. Book your call with me. I'll show you how to protect your capital, build a tax-efficient setup, and position for what is coming next. People waste years trying to figure this out. I'm saving thousands of dollars by the time we're done. The best investment is an investment in yourself. I cannot preach that enough. That where's all my conspiracy theory, moon theory people out there? This is pretty interesting. I like this kind of stuff. Switch up the vibes a little bit. Tonight isn't just another night. It is the extreme supermoon, the brightest since February of 2019. And history doesn't repeat, it usually rhymes. Because if you remember, back in 2019, Bitcoin was dead. Remember that one? $3,500 Bitcoin? And everyone gave up. Everyone's kicking themselves right now for not buying it at $3,500. Then we had the same full moon that hit and boom, $3,500 to $14,000 in months. It literally marked the bottom. Now look around. You see the same fear, the same despair, the same manipulation. Bitcoin dumped. All coins bleeding. Sentiment in the gutter. Your perfect setup. The moon never lies. And it's there every night. Cycles never fail. And if you study how energy resets in the market, this is your ignition moment. Every bull run starts with maximum disbelief. I think we got maximum disbelief, folks. So yeah, could today mark just the start of the biggest bull run in crypto history? Is the reset here? The reset part 2. And XRP, well, it's sitting right in the epic setting. Then Raoul Paul put out this beautiful thread. I'm going to sum it up for you. He's talking about the road to Valhalla. He's like, look, and I agree with the man. Everyone's panicking. Nobody wants to hear anything bullish. But listen, the road to Valhalla is paved with chaos first. Right now, global liquidity is the only game that matters. Forget headlines, forget influencers. This entire system runs on one number. How much liquidity is flowing through global markets? The US government shutdown? That's a liquidity chokehold. The Treasury General account is filling up. Reverse repo drained, QT still active, and money's being pulled from the system. That's why markets are heavy. That's why crypto is sluggish. But here's the twist that no one is ready for. The moment the government reopens, and folks, the government's gonna reopen, the Treasury's gonna flood 250 to 350 billion back into the system in weeks. That's like slamming a fire hose into a dry desert. QT effectively ends, the balance sheets, they start to expand. Liquidity flows back into risk assets, stocks, bonds, and yes, crypto. And when that happens, it's game over for bears. They're going back into hibernation. And rate cuts, stimulus heading into elections, and the Clarity Act setting the regulatory foundation for crypto adoption, you are staring at a perfect storm. The big, beautiful bill, the liquidity flood, the setup for 2026 elections year is going to be your melt up. And we talked about this cycle being extended into 2026, especially with this government being shut down, delaying the narrative. And people want to say, you're moving the goalpost. Extending a cycle is not moving a goalpost. You should want every cycle to be extended, because when it gets extended, it means the higher the price is going to go. Would you rather have the bull run go from October to December, or would you rather extend it and have it go from October to March? The smart answer is October to March. Look, we just got through the window of pain. I get it. It sucks. It hurts. I know. Drawdowns like this, though, they're designed to test your faith. But every cycle rewards the ones who didn't blink, who sat on their hands. When the numbers go up, all numbers are going to go up. That's exactly how the macro works, which leads us over to what Brad Garlinghouse said. And stick with me, because I haven't seen anyone tie this into what went down at Swell yesterday. So Brad said what we've been hinting at for months on this channel. With the closing of Hidden Road, now rebranded as we've seen Ripple Prime, remind you of Amazon Prime, right? Ripple has completed 5 strategic acquisitions: G Treasury, Rail, Standard Custody, Mateo, and now Hidden Road. That's not random. That's an infrastructure map. They are building a fully integrated global liquidity network. Prime brokerage, custody, treasury, payments, and stablecoin rails all interlinked by XRP. Now, Ripple has told you XRP remains at the center of everything they do. Brad himself said, and I quote, "As we continue to build solutions towards enabling an internet of value, XRP sits at the center of everything that Ripple does." Let me read that again to you. As we continue to build solution towards enabling an internet of value, XRP sits at the center of everything that Ripple does. That's the bombshell here, because what went down in Swell yesterday confirmed this. They are openly telling you what used to be conspiracy talk, that XRP is the backbone of the new financial internet, that this isn't theory anymore. It's live, it's happening, and the pieces are all locking into place faster than anyone can realize, which leads us to this. They stated yesterday at Swell that we think of stablecoins as becoming the most essential core of infrastructure for financial services. That was Martin Bruco from Schumann. Think about that for a second. Stablecoins aren't just for trading anymore. They're becoming the rails, the pipes, the foundation for global payments. And what Ripple's building is a stablecoin ecosystem, interoperable across networks, all powered by XRP liquidity and integrated directly with banks, treasuries, and payment processors. That's why Ripple's acquisitions here, that's why they matter. That's why Brad's statement matters. And that's why ETFs are next, because you can't have a regulated institutional grade ecosystem without the underlying asset being scrutinized, custodied, and index tracked. XRP ETFs, they're not a maybe. They're coming next week. We got official confirmation. That is the final puzzle piece. The ETFs will bring Wall Street liquidity. The stablecoins will bring global adoption. And XRP will be the bridge that connects both worlds. So let me leave you with this. The market's distracted by noise, by price dips, by headlines, by fear. Meanwhile, Ripple's quietly constructing the foundation of a new financial system. Every acquisition, every partnership, every quote that we just went through, it's all part of a single mission: to rebuild global finance around XRP. That's your real bombshell. And when the world catches on, it's going to be too late to chase it, folks. So zoom out for a second, stay focused, and remember, the moon, it never lies, and neither do the cycles. This is how legends are made in crypto. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, book that one-on-one call with me, get yourself some clarity and a peace of mind. I'll talk to all y'all tonight at the live show, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.